The Mempho Mofo, Mark Bravura, coming down to the ring at this time. He's been a man possessed by gold on his way back up that ladder. And I understand he has an extremely difficult opponent tonight. He's taken on men such as Stephon Smith and Tex, who, not to discredit them as being worthy challengers to the Mempho Mofo, have been relatively on the bottom rung of that ladder. Tonight, Mark Bravura has got a much larger challenge than just a couple of rookies like Stephon Smith and Tex. Once again, not to discredit Stephon Smith and Tex, but they're youngsters trying to make their way into the wrestling business. And right now, Mark Bravura wants that microphone. Spencer Chestnut refusing to be in the ring with him at the same time.
I tell you, Spencer Chestnut really laying down the law on the veteran. He thinks he's the straw that stirs the drink around here, and he's telling him otherwise. My job right now is just to bring out your opponent. So that's what I'm going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, go Miami, Texas, weighing at 220 kilograms, the weapon of mass destruction, C.A. Elliott!
Well, how about that, Bob Cobble?
He got the weapon of mass destruction in there, Turk. On a guy like the weapon of mass destruction. C.A. Elliott has been running through people here in Fusion, took a little time off in his back. Can he continue that path of destruction and try to get to the Mempho Mofo tonight?
I had a chance to talk with C.A. Elliott just before. I didn't know who he was going to wrestle. The card had not been announced just yet, but C.A. Elliott said he lost about 15 pounds. He's leaned up. He's picked up some speed. He already had explosive power before, and now he's added speed. And as you can see here, agility to that package. C.A. Elliott is definitely a very well-rounded wrestler. It's going to be interesting to see how Mark Bravura is able to counteract someone who you could conceivably say has all of these gifts to be a top star here in professional wrestling.
I tell you, maybe the speed is all he needed, because already, arguably, one of the strongest guys NWA Fusion's ever had working for him. And now he's coming in there and they're facing off in the center of the ring. Bravura explaining there's no blood on his hands, as he's been telling everybody month in and month out here.
Well, I'm starting to think we might need to have monthly psychological checks, otherwise, Mark Bravura wouldn't pass. But right now, ever since he lost that Alpha Championship, ever since that love move was shaved off, he's gone crazy. He slapped C.A. Elliott, and you definitely do not want to slap the weapon of mass destruction. C.A. Elliott sending him off, lifts him up and drops him down.
Drives him down onto his face. And not even Mark Bravura's favorite psychologist, Dr. Laura, can help him right now.
I heard she's not exactly going too far in her career right now, so that doesn't say much if that's a psychologist.
Definitely not one of C.A. Elliott's favorite, I can tell you.
C.A. Elliott right now pounding away on the Mempho Mofo, Mark Bravura. And I'll tell you what, they don't call him the weapon of mass destruction just because it's a cutesy nickname. It's because he will destroy you in that ring if you are unprepared.
Really raining down concrete punches right on the top of Mark Bravura's head. Shoots him across and goes to follow it in, but nobody's home. Right hand.
C.A. Elliott tried to go into that corner. Mark Bravura saw him coming and shoved him chest first into the buckles. Mark Bravura punching away now.
He's dropping a strap here.
He doesn't have a strap.
Oh, I tell you what, we're better. C.A. should be glad he didn't, because he'd about knocked his teeth out on that one.
C.A. Elliott eats a forearm right to the side of the head. Bravura sends him off, but C.A. Elliott with the presence of mind to reverse. Big lariat there by C.A. Elliott. Catches him with another one, not as much impact behind that. And Mark Bravura with a boot right to the midsection.
I tell you, C.A. looks like the time off, though he's gotten faster. Looks like he's a little, I was going to say he looked timid, and then he drilled him with a spine buster.
Referee Kevin Burr right there on the scene, picking up a 2 count here for C.A. Elliott. Recovered very well from that slap to the side of the ear. That's a concussive blow. C.A. Elliott colliding there, chest-to-chest contact. Here comes a rolling senton. C.A. Elliott connects full force. And C.A. Elliott full impact right to the jaw with his back. Getting that crowd revved up.
Really getting the crowd behind him here. And he's got him up there. He could be going for that tornado backbreaker. It's reversed.
Time machine by Mark Bravura. We've seen him beat people with the time machine in the past. And I don't know what he's doing right now. He has C.A. Elliott down. I don't understand why you don't just cover the man.
I tell you, the man claims that the hand has voices. I'm not too sure what he's doing lately. And again, he proclaims there's no blood on his hands.
C.A. Elliott right now recovering from being hit with the time machine. And
I tell you, he could be looking to go to the pay window here, Turk.
well, we've seen him in the past. When he gets into that position, he's revving up for the Memphis Mafia kick, which has knocked out Stephon Smith and Tex. C.A. Elliott must have seen it coming. He must have been watching Meltdown. Clotheslines Mark Rivera as he comes right after with that Memphis Mafia kick.
Way to do his homework. And C.A.'s getting the crowd behind him. He's really coming up with some momentum here. Rivera follows him in and he catches him with a kick.
He caught him with the Memphis Mafia kick. C.A. Elliott hit the ropes. Rivera was right behind him. Elliott must not have recognized it.
It looks like he's out there, Turk. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. He got the momentum and he really crammed in.
Well, Rivera caught him with some concussive shots right to the side of the head. He slapped him in the ear at one point, and that can really affect your equilibrium. That Memphis Mafia kick looks like it caught him in the ear. Again, he's not moving, Bob Cobble.
And if he knocked out the weapon of mass destruction, I think this is a message to everybody in NWA Fusion. There is not a soul, I believe, right now, Turk, that can stand up to that type of a force and not go down.
If you told me that C.A. Elliott would get hit with the Memphis Mafia kick, and right now he's at the position where he may not get up. Kevin Burr is at 8. There's 9, and he's not moving. He's going to get counted out. That's it. I don't believe this, Bob Cobble.
I am in shock and awe right now, Turk. If you had told me this was going to happen, there's no way I would never have put $1 on it, I tell you what.
And it's not just senior dementia at that. It's simply that none of us would have expected to see the weapon of mass destruction laid out with the Memphis Mafia kick. An incredible show here by Mark Rivera. And the only thing that's missing right now is Marcus Dowling sitting here to crow about it as if he accomplished the feat himself.
Man, I'm just bewildered right now. I just didn't expect this. I didn't expect to see such total domination by the Mofo against the caliber C.A. Elliott. I mean, really, Mark Rivera has proven here tonight, Turk, that he is ready. He's ready to climb every rung in NWA Fusion to get back to where he once was here a few months ago.
But once again, I don't know what kind of force he's putting behind that kick, but C.A. Elliott is still down in that ring. I don't know what on earth Mark Rivera has done to develop such power in that kick. But here we see Scott Williams and Kevin Burr, Spencer Chestnut, our director of security. They're all out there.
Jack Dillinger.
They're all out there trying to get some medical assistance for C.A. Elliott.
I tell you, look at Jack Dillinger out there. I'm glad he's here. He's got the badge on his hip. He'll be able to handle it.
I certainly feel safer with him around. C.A. Elliott just now coming to. I don't think even he believes what just happened. He's looking at Kevin Burr. Kevin Burr's assuring him he's lost the match. He wasn't sure where he was. And you can see it in his body language. He's hurting.
Hey, get that kid some smelling salts. Get that head cleared up. Check him for a concussion, too. I tell you, that kick is something else. I don't know that I've seen anything like that in quite some time.